This is exercise 1 of the typography unit. This exercise is not typography. Typography is letters and typing and text, but there's other stuff in here too that helps you do more refined things in Illustrator. So this particular exercise is about rulers. So it says use the ruler at View Ruler, and we're gonna make some guides and rulers. Okay, so if I go up to View, the View menu on the top bar here, and I go to Rulers, and I go Show Rulers. Now you can see on the left-hand side and on the top, I have rulers. Out of rulers, I can make guides. So if I click on the top here, and I drag, and this is the 1 inch mark right here, then I get this blue line right here, right? And so that's at 1 inch because it's between 0 and 2. And then if I click on the left here, I can make another line at 1 inches here, right? And that way I have these 2 guides, and now I can grab my square because it says place the red square at 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the left side of the page. I grab that and I put it right here. And then that's all I gotta do. So then it wants us to place the blue square 1 inch from the top and 1 inch from the right side of the page. So I will make a little, see right here, something like that, right? And then I'm going to put this right here. And so now we've used guides to move our objects exactly where they're being asked to be moved to. I'm going to use typography. So it says go to Font Book and install the Railway font. If you look at the folder, this particular exercise has a whole folder to itself. So we do exercise 4, text tool, we're going to click there, and this is the font. Okay, I have my font book on my dock right here, but you probably don't. So we're going to click on this hard drive over here, or just create a new window. You can do new Finder window, same thing. And go to Applications, and then go to Font Book. So I'm going to double click that. And then to add the font, I think you just drag it in here. See that plus sign? Right? See, now it's adding it. So I think if we search for it, Railway, we'll see it. So we've got that font now. It's part of the font we can use for everything. Okay, so we're going to go back to the exercise in Illustrator here, and we're going to use the text tool to make titles for the animals. So type tool, right? And I'm going to go dog, right? And then I'm going to go to the properties tab where everything that's fun is hiding, and I'm going to go to character, right? And I'm gonna find my railway. Let's see here. Scrolling through. I think there's a way to search for it, but I don't really know it right now. Railway, right here. Okay, so that's my font. And I think I can make it italic or bold or whatever I want, right? So dragging that around, right? I can hold down Option, I can click over here, I can go back to the type tool, and I can make this snail, right? So just label the animals, right? Cat, and I'm doing this super fast. I hold down Option and I drag it, and it copies it over. Type tool, click, grab it. Okay, great. It wants us to use the perspective grid for this one. So this is pretty interesting. If we go up to View and we go down to Perspective Grid, we can do 1 point perspective. That's 1 point perspective as in this. So now we could theoretically make more realistic shapes, right? I can kind of trace along this, right? And then I can make this road type thing, right? And now if I turn the perspective grid off, I've got it could be a road if I were to make certain, this is 1 point vanishing point in perspective. So this is like 3D and we're walking into the picture here, right? There's other perspective grids too, like 2 point perspective grid, right? So that's 2 vanishing points off to the left and right. And so once again, I could like make these shapes along those lines and end up with some stuff that looked 3D, right? I don't think this is going to be too impressive looking, but that's okay. I didn't really do too much, right? If we did that in the right way, we could have objects be kind of smaller the further away they were. As 3 for this one, we are going to offset path. So it's a little weird because the instructions don't fit on the screen, but we're going to go, we're going to pick the circle actually, and then we're going to go to object, path, and we're going to do offset path. And that's going to give us concentric circles basically, right? So we can say okay, and that does that. And then we can do the same thing with the cat. Click on the cat, right? Object, path, offset path, and then we get more cat, right? And you can do these different interesting kind of outlines that are weird and different. And then we get like kind of an outlined guy here, okay?